Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here with my guy Chris Ruffolo continuing to cook up this WNBA action, man. Money making Sunday. Ruffalo, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right, Jay. Yeah, what for me, I looked at this card. I'm gonna be honest with everybody. Probably one of the tougher cards of the season that we've done so far, but still, it's not gonna stop us from breaking it down. So let's get in. I'm ready to get into it with you.
Think you hit the nail right on the head. Probably one of, if not the toughest card of the season. But of course, you know me and you we finna decipher our way through it. So let's do exactly that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. First game up, man. We got the Atlanta Dream out on the road facing the Connecticut Sun. Sun laying 14 points here in this one. Ruffalo, lead us off today.
All right. Well, there are certain spots that are just gonna be flat out bowling shoe ugly, and I think this is one of them. I don't love the Atlanta Dream. They are banged up. Now they're missing Jordan Canada. They were missing Ryan Howard, and this team's been struggling. I mean, hell, they're coming off a loss to the Dallas Wings of all teams in their last game, but 14 for me is an absolute ton to be giving a Connecticut Sun that is defense first and that tends to take games off offensively in a lot of spots. I mean, yeah, sure, they have the capabilities to blow this team out without question. But you look at their last few games. I mean, sure, they're coming off a big win over the Lynx, and now you got to take on the banged up Atlanta Dream. Now, yes, I get that it's a revenge spot for the Connecticut Sun, who lost to Atlanta at home back on June 28th. But like for me, this the Connecticut Sun are basically the Virginia of the WNBA. They try to win games with defense, and there's a lot of times where you're asked to lay big point spreads with them, and you know they're getting that big point spread just because of who they are. But for me, I got to take a shot here with the Dream and the points. I can't get there with laying this number with the Sun.
I definitely get a lot of what you were saying there. I am taking the Sun and laying the points. Do I feel comfortable laying this style number with the Sun? I do not. But honestly, I believe it's the right play. Partially, y'all know me, man. I'm a sucker for the revenge spot. I'm a sucker for it. And I have to play it here, man. We have seen the Sun dominate the Dream by this margin once this season. In Atlanta, final score was 69-50. This last one they just lost the other day at home at the crib to the Dream outright, man. As double digit favorites, the Dream came into Connecticut and won that game outright 78-74. Now, I will admit that it was not a great spot for the Sun in that game. They were coming off of just playing the Mystics the night before, so it was on back to back. I think the Sun come in locked in here, guys. I really, really do. Again, we've already seen them beat them by 19 points this season. I wouldn't be surprised if they kick the crap out of them again today in the quick revenge spot at home at the crib. I'm gonna lay the points here with the Sun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next game up, we got the Las Vegas Aces at home at the crib with my favorite team, the Dallas Wings, rolling into town. Look, we just saw the Aces lose outright to the Sparks of all teams, man. They lost outright to the Sparks. That is insane. Dallas, they have been playing much better. They let me down the other day by not covering against the Dream. Damn near broke my heart, but they did end up winning that game. They are playing much better basketball since they've gotten their best player back in the fold. Look, this is a ton of points to be laying with the Aces, but off that such an embarrassing loss that they had the other day, they should come in here locked in and kick the crap out of probably the other worst team in the league in the Dallas Wings. Is kind of how I'm looking at this game. It's not a premium, not rushing to the window to lay this odd number with the Aces. But over the last 2 weeks or so, I've started to see the Aces play better basketball. That game against the Sparks wasn't a great spot for them. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they locked in today and kicked the crap out of the Wings. Ruffalo, what you think here?
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards the Aces as well. My only concern with the Aces here is that this does feel like a little bit of a look ahead spot. Like you said, you got one of the worst teams in the WNBA coming in the Dallas Wings before you head out on a road trip, starting with one of the other best teams in the WNBA in the Seattle Storm. And Seattle Storm team has been kicking the crap out of teams at home for the most part. So it does feel like a bit of a look ahead spot here with Dallas rolling into town. However, we have seen the Aces do a lot of damage against a lot better than what they're up against here. The Mystics that just swept the Wings in a back to back series at home. The Aces just beat them by 21 in Las Vegas. They beat the Fever by 19. They beat the Storm and Sun by double digits at home as well. So I think this is a spot where, you know, the Aces are just flat out rolling right now at home. And I think they're simply, like you said, just simply the better team here, the more complete team. So if this isn't a blowout spot for the Aces, I don't know what is, to be honest. I'm going to take the Aces in this one, lay the big number as well.
Next game up, man, we got the Chicago Sky out on the road facing the Seattle Storm. We just saw this matchup the other day. Storm laying 9 here in this one. Ruffolo, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, like you said, we just saw this matchup, and it was an outright victory for the Chicago Sky in Seattle. Not an easy thing for anyone to do, go into Seattle and not just cover against the Seattle Storm, but beat them outright. So far, the road team has won both meetings this season, but I think this is one where that trend gets flipped here. The Seattle Storm, I think they simply took their eye off the ball. And like we just talked about with the Aces, this could be a bit of a look ahead spot for the Storm because they have a gauntlet coming up in their next couple games with the Aces and the Lynx coming to town, and battles of heavyweights and potential playoff previews. But for me, I think this is a tune up also for the Seattle Storm. The Chicago Sky, I would say more often than not, are a team that struggles to find their footing on the road. And while they have been competitive against teams like the Fever and the Mystics, and they just beat the Dream before beating the Storm, the Storm are still for the most part kicking the crap out of teams at home. Before that loss to Chicago, they had won 7 straight home games by double digits by an average of 19 points per game. I think that was just a spot where they took their eye off the ball. I think the Storm get back on track here. I'm laying the points with Seattle.
Short, sweet, simple. I'm laying the points with the Storm here as well. They go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. They're a different team, monster and animal, at home, at the crib. And you add on top of that revenge, and not only revenge, but quick revenge. Like we just seen y'all, we just lost to y'all. I've been thinking about this since that day. I'm finna get my get back right now. Type of revenge. Oh yeah, sign me up. Love that style spot, man. I trust the Storm at home, man. I really, really do. I think they come in locked in, motivated, and kick the crap out of the Sky in this one. And in our last and final game of the night, man, we got the Los Angeles Sparks at home at the crib with the Mercury rolling into town. Mercury laying 3 here in this one. I don't trust the Mercury. Short, sweet, simple. I don't trust them, man. I want to grab the points with the Sparks. Hell, we just saw the Sparks win outright against the defending champs in the Las Vegas Aces as double digit home dogs, man. Do I think they win this game outright? I think they have a legitimate chance to do so, and I think the line is certainly reflective of that. This is probably my least favorite game of the entire day, though. I'm not a huge Sparks better. They're usually overrated, overvalued as a team in LA. Um, but in this one, if I were forced to pick, I would definitely grab the points in my back pocket with the Sparks. Ruffalo, what you think, Aaron?
Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards the Sparks as well. Like you said, this is probably my least favorite game on the board as well. Just because there's so many things that are up in the air. What we do know is that for the Mercury, Tarazi's out, Charisma Osborne's out, Brittany Griner's listed as day to day questionable, so she might not even play here. And there's not many winnable spots for the Sparks right now. And ironically enough, the last 2 wins they've had were at home against the Las Vegas Aces. So do whatever with that you will. But you
Right.
know, they are almost a 500 team at home. The Mercury, even on their best day, are still 3-6 on the road this season. And like I said, I think this is just a spot where maybe the Sparks want to try to show up and get some revenge against a Mercury team that's beaten them by double digits twice this season, and maybe they just take advantage of the spot. Like you said, I would tread very, very lightly with this one, but for me, I think it's lean towards the Sparks plus the 3 as well.
And that's going to conclude this episode of the WNBA Layup Session. As always, We appreciate each and every one of you for continuing to tune in and watching this video. Money Making Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, man. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. The scoop up my top plays over at Pickdawgz Premium as we are still in the dog days of summer. A lot of baseball and some WNBA sprinkled in there for me right now. Ruffolo, what you got going on?
Yeah, same thing here. I got some baseball on the board today. Like we said, today was a little bit of a tougher card, so I took today off from the WNBA, but there's going to be plenty of days coming up, head into the Olympic break, where we're going to have some WNBA on the board. So definitely make sure that you jump on daily package long term, but let's make you some money this week.
Yes, sir. We appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Make y'all some money on this Money Making Sunday. We'll see y'all soon, man. We out here. Peace.